have weird bowel things going on? Maybe some indigestion, maybe some diarrhea, maybe some constipation, maybe anything and all things, all weird on the inside. And perhaps you've seen your doctor and they've given you some general recommendations, but nothing's really working. If that's you, in this video, you're going to discover 3 things that'll be really helpful for you to understand what's actually happening inside your body. My name is Leslie Urbis. I'm a registered dietitian and a personal trainer with 15 plus years of experience. I also specialize in nervous system and energy work to help you heal from the inside out. So, what I want you to get from this are these 3 main things. Number 1 is that if you have been diagnosed with IBS, you have probably been told one of these things. Now, to share this with you, I'm going to share my screen and I am going to say, I have IBS. How do I help myself? Why am I asking ChatGPT? Because most of the time, this is what you're going to get from a typical medical doctor as well, right? Okay. Number 1, dietary changes. Maintain a food diary to identify and avoid food triggers. Consider a FODMAP diet. Okay, we're going to talk about that. Eat smaller, more frequent meals. Limit high fat, spicy, or greasy foods that can aggravate symptoms. Okay, this is a lot for anybody that's struggling with IBS. So here's my recommendation for you. Instead of going to all of these things and trying to do all at once, which can feel like a lot to the system, I encourage you to stop, pause, and sit down for 5 minutes. Okay. Really sit down for 5 minutes doing this technique. Okay. You are going to breathe in through your nose. And while you're breathing in, you're going to push your belly out like a pregnant person or Santa Claus, and you're going to exhale and you're going to bring your belly back in. Okay, so you're going to always inhale through your nose while you push your belly out, and you're going to exhale while pulling your back in, but pulling your gut back in. Okay, now you're not going to do that for the full 5 minutes. I want you to do 5 to 7 breaths of that breathing. It's called deep belly breathing. And then I want you to sit, placing a hand on your heart, a hand on your gut. You can start like right below in your like stomach area and then go further down into your intestines. So that way you can feel what feels like it needs working on today. Okay. How does it feel to take this out? How does it feel to take that out? What does my body need today? So the reason why I have you start here over doing these taking out things is because a lot of times what's happened is that we're disconnected from our bodies. This started when we were young. This started when we were little and we were told, you go to lunch now, you eat now, you drink now, you're taking too long in the bathroom. So if you were a little kid who needed more time going to the bathroom, you probably don't like going in public places because you take longer, you're afraid of stressing other people out. People get really impatient, or because you were rushed as a child in the bathroom at school. Okay. If you slowly eat, you may not have gotten as much recess time. So maybe you didn't eat as much. And so you're lacking the internal skills to know this is what my body needs versus something else. And when you can sit just quietly, breathing and being with your body to find out what it needs, you start to turn on these internal processes to learn like, oh, as I go and I reach in my pantry and I think I'm going to eat this really healthy whole grain pasta with all of these veggies in it, my body is saying something in here is not good for me. See, this is the key for us. And deep belly breathing helps us to turn our metabolism back on, our digestion back on, and regulate our vagus nerve. So we start with deep belly breathing to get the gut involved in our sitting quietly. Now, a lot won't happen at first, but the more and more you do this practice over and over, if you need to start with 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, I know 5 minutes sitting quietly can feel like a lot. I started with an alarm on my phone, setting it for 90 seconds. When 90 seconds got really good, I then set it for 2 minutes and 3 minutes and 4 minutes and 5 minutes. And I got better and better with just sitting, and I started to process in my body. And to be honest, when I were to go to ChatGPT, none of these things actually helped me. Now, what did help me was very much like how it's saying go into the meditation and stuff, was through the deep belly breathing. I was able to listen to what I really needed on the inside. Okay. So that is tip number 1 when it comes to this. Tip number 2 that I would suggest that you do is instead of actually keeping a journal to identify and trigger foods, which can feel like a really cumbersome thing now that I'm writing all this, I wouldn't keep a journal on that. I would keep a journal on my bowel movements. Okay. I know it sounds funny and a little gross. You could buy a little journal that's got a little poop emoji on it or whatever, and you can actually follow what it is that you need around the poop. Okay. So, like, what is my poop like today? How many times did I go? How often did I go? How did I do this? Why? Because as you're paying attention to that, you're going to be able to see if the mindfulness is working and how it's helping. And when you do longer or when you listen more and what actually really works in this system. Okay. So I want you to be processing that instead of keeping a journal on what you're eating, if you keep a journal on what your body's doing, you get more in tune with your body. See, we're so focused on the outside, follow this diet, follow these steps, do these things, process these things, really go into this, that we're not actually paying attention to what our body is doing. Okay. So we're going to go and be like, okay, the doctor tells me this. Everything is not external. Your answers are really going to help you come from within. Okay. This is what I do with my clients in the Have It All Mastermind, in my nervous system work course, and all of these things, is that we really work on hearing from the inside out because the body is telling you. But when we don't understand, we go to a doctor and then the doctor tells us these things. Now, these things that we're seeing just here in ChatGPT are things that are going to help us overall, because we've seen in general the population improves with this. Well, you might not be an in general mainstream population, right? So we need to be more careful with this. Okay. Then the last thing I find that is super important for anybody that is struggling with any sort of bowel things is to begin to help yourself reprocess some of the things that are triggering you in your everyday. When you get stressed, when you get angry, when you physically want to lash out, when you want to have that, stop stopping yourself. Okay. A lot of our bowel issues, a lot of our intestinal issues come from being a people pleaser. We are pleasing everybody else and we are actually causing more internal stress to us. So we turn off the sadness, we turn off the quiet, it's like, that shouldn't hurt. Suck it up, buttercup. Okay. Things like that you might have heard as a little kid, or like, oh, come on, it wasn't that bad. Right. And meanwhile, you're not processing. When you can reprocess these things, it is going to help you. So the best thing to understand is that your emotions are 90 seconds. If you just allowed yourself to be angry, sad, or stressed for the 90 seconds, your body will move. It will take you to a happier place. And if it doesn't right away, it's okay. Allow yourself to know you're healing. One of the biggest keys is that you need to be on your own team. Instead of judging yourself constantly, I want you to create, and you can even name her, like an alter ego of like the name you've always wanted. Like maybe you always want to be called Diamond or something. Okay. So you call yourself Diamond. All right. And Diamond is your alter ego that has zero issues with her health. Okay. And that always does what she feels and doesn't take into consideration yeah, she takes into consideration other people, but she also feels into herself like, no, I'm not going to do that right now. That's not something I have to do. Okay. And so note that Diamond is who you really want to be, but you're also going to have these alter egos of just negative thoughts and things that are going on in your life. And that those are just pieces of you, like, oh, hello, self-criticism. Oh, hello, like mean person inside of me. Just say hi to them and let them go and keep coming back to you and yourself and who you want to be and this maybe hypothetical person that you create. Okay. Now, why is this super important? Because when we can start to process our emotions, our gut issues internally heal. It's really super cool when we can start to release how the gut can help heal itself. So yes, you can do all these things. And in a subsequent video, I'm going to talk about FODMAP diets and how I would approach them if I had to go on one. So please check that out. If you liked this video, comment below, tell me what tip you really enjoyed. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And of course, if you want more information like this, underneath here is a link to book a call for a one-to-one digestion code call with me. In this call, you and I will sit down and we will go over what it is that you need based on your own internal system instead of the guidance from outside. The digestion code really helps you to understand all these things that we've talked about in this video and piece it together for yourself, okay? Believe it or not, there's a piece in there that also ties into human design that your doctor probably isn't talking to you about. And that is that certain human designs actually have a weaker digestive system and need more help. But we don't know that. And we're all taught to eat the same way. And that's just not conducive to all of us. Okay. So If this was helpful, underneath here, like I said, you can book a call with me. I will also link you to the human design video so you can see that information. And I will link the FODMAP diet to you if you want to go down that route. If not, please like, share, subscribe, comment below, ask me questions. I'd love to do subsequent videos and help you in any way that will suit you to help you with any issues going on inside. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.